Hi, guys and girls. So, how was your weekend? And I hope that you all had a good one. Here's the weekend I had. Originally, I'd got plans. I'd got family and friends coming over, and we were all going to go out to an event. It was all arranged like a couple of weeks before, about 3 weeks beforehand, it was all arranged. And we were all getting really excited about it, and it had been a while since we'd all got together, so we were looking forward to it. The night before, so Friday, I was getting myself ready for bed, as you do, and my back went into full spasm. And the way to describe this pain is as if I am being snapped in half. I collapsed. Luckily, I was near my bed, so I collapsed onto my bed. And I had to lie there and wait for the spasming to ease so I could try to pull myself up the bed to get my pain medication. So I spent a couple of hours just laying on my bed while my back was spasming, and I was crying and screaming in pain. Once I got the pain medication, I then had an unsettled night because every hour or so I woke up with the pain still climbing. I had to reach for stronger medication, which eventually, makes me go to sleep. I woke up on the Saturday morning, the spasming had eased, but the pain levels were still very high. So we're talking here, when it's at its fullest, using the score system we have in the UK, was a 10. It came down to an 8, but movement, even the slightest movement, would trigger more pain. So I sat between 8 and 10. So the family and friends were still coming over, so I made the decision to not go out, to stay at home, to keep my movement to minimum, take my pain relief, keep the heat pads on. So the family and friends went out for the day. They returned later on. They brought food. We had food, we talked, they then went. I then had another unsettled night, waking every hour or so. Then, come Sunday morning, I'm struggling again with the pain levels at 10 and my back in full spasm again. So I had to take the stronger medication. When friends and family had not heard from me all day, they kept ringing and ringing and ringing until eventually I answered the phone, by which time it was the middle of the afternoon. It took me an hour just to get out of bed, to go to the bathroom, to get a drink and something to eat, to then get back into bed and put the heat on, turn it up again to max. So that's the reality of my weekend. And as I sit here, my back is still spasming. When we have weekends like this or days like this, we have no concept of how long this is going to go on for. And trying to explain that to other people or to medical staff, that when they say to you, oh, but how long does this happen? How long does this last? There is no predictability to it. There is no preparation for it. It comes without warning. And they'll say things like, yeah, but last weekend you were fine. We did this and we did that. Yeah, true, we did. But this weekend, done nothing. And then you get people say, oh, that's just being lazy. And what part of that is being lazy? Oh, you spent the weekend in bed. I spent weekend lay on my bed with heat blankets and pain medication. How is that being lazy? That is the reality of living with disabilities and chronic illnesses. Oh, but you're still able to watch TV, you're still able to get yourself something to eat and drink. okay, what did you eat this weekend? And they'll say, oh, well, I made breakfast, did this, when I did that, I had lunch. Excuse me. I had baked beans and rice cakes. And they go, what? That's all I could manage. Oh, well, that's not eating properly. How do you expect to take care of yourself if you don't eat properly? Yeah, it's that or nothing. Oh, well, that kind of attitude, you're not going to get anything. It's not about attitude. It's about that's all I've been able to manage. You know, when your whole body is in pain, where you are shaking from the pain, where you are crying from the pain, that's not being lazy. It's not neglecting yourself. It's doing the best you can with the circumstances you've got. So, if you have ever done something like break a limb, shut something in a door like a finger or a hand, we've all done it, trapped your finger in a drawer or something, yeah, imagine that repeatedly, over and over and over again. That's what it's like. So, trying to keep a positive attitude, because a lot of the time we get that, oh, well, if you just had a better attitude about it. Yeah, sure. And yeah, I do keep smiling, because if I didn't, I would be just giving up. And that is how we feel sometimes. We just want to give up. Because that level of pain is just so hard to live with. If you have experienced anything similar to this, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you soon. Take care.